I am your host, Mediocre tutorials and reviews, back in here with yet one more video. Guys, you're looking at the title of the video, you're looking at the thumbnail. I can't wait to get into this one. This one comes on behalf of Patreon supporter Raph. I see you, my G. I appreciate the suggestion because I know who this content creator is. Hotdamnirock. For those unfamiliar with him, Hotdamnirock was one of those content creators like 10 years ago that had immense popularity. He hasn't been producing content like he used to, but this guy is like a genius. Like, he was one of the originators of this black YouTube thing and the things that he was talking about in a way that we hadn't heard before. So I can't wait to get to this one. It's called The Bigger Picture. I'm not sure what this is about, but let's get right in it.
I was at this get-together, right? And I was listening to this group of girls talk about their relationship problems. One girl had a situation that was similar to a friend of mine, so I gave her the same advice. After I was done, Shorty was like, wow, your friend is really lucky to have somebody like you in her life. Then I told her we used to, like, fuck with each other, right? And one of the guys was like, hold up. Hold up. Y'all used to deal with each other, now y'all don't anymore. But she asked your advice about other niggas? That shit not disrespectful to you? You know, the conversation could have been, damn, yo, that's cool that you and her have the type of relationship where she trusts you enough to still give her good advice, even though y'all shit didn't work out. What part about any of that should I feel disrespected by? You know what this nigga said to me? If you not fucking her, you are wasting your time. I had to excuse my turn when the weed came back around because I was really about to dig into this one. So I asked him, what type of person do you think I should be in this world? We didn't even stop dealing with each other because some crazy shit happened. It's just not realistic for us right now. So if this person really is the friend that I made her believe that she was this entire time, should she not be able to come to me and get friend advice about some shit she going through? What if we end up together in the future? Then he was like, oh, okay. So you want to be friends with her now because you think it's going to get you closer to her later. You know the crazy thing about life? Sometimes the shit that you never thought, would happen, really ends up happening one day. What if us being together is one of those things and I've been giving her no advice, or better yet, bad advice for as long as I've been giving it to her, all because I am so fixated on the same piece of pussy that I was gonna ultimately end up getting back anyway. You know what I got now? I got all this pussy. I got all of this sweet, wholesome pussy with a long trail of bad advice attached to it. A mess that I made for myself. So who benefits? I don't get any better at giving good advice. She doesn't get any better at making good decisions. Nobody gets better in this situation. Is sex really more important to you than breeding a happy person? I don't give a fuck who she ends up with, as long as she's making calculated moves, even if that move isn't me. Because if I am not a good decision to her one day, then I would hope that she would use the logical sense that God gave a goddamn bumblebee to not talk herself into believing that I was just because I gave her some good advice when it comes to guys. Moral of this story, by the end of the conversation, he still didn't get it. It gets to a point where you realize that some people can only see as far as like the shit that's in front of them. That's why you always have to have the bigger picture in mind, because it will train you to think in a way that you understand the small things that you do now can turn into big things in the future, and the difference between those big things being good or bad is usually you. So think about this as future you talking to the you right now watching this video. Make calculated moves that'll stop you from leaving that long trail of shit that I'm gonna have to clean up later.
All right, so my initial reactions, one of the things I wanted to talk about is, the dude was talking about, if you're not, essentially he was saying, if you're not getting the viscosity from her, you know, you're wasting your time. The thing is I go through this from time to time on the channel. I get questions from people like, should I have women friends? And my response or my answer to that is, you know, what is the intention on being friends in that situation? Are you being a friend with her because you're orbiting? Are you keeping people in your network to really and truly develop who you are and where you're going into the future? You know, I see a lot of battles online of men versus women, women versus men, and kind of everything in between. And kind of, you know, as you guys already know, you see that I'm able to bring women to the channel to also have a conversation about it, because, you know, I really and truly believe that, you know, without a combined vision of how to fix a lot of the dynamics going forward, we're going to do nothing more than continue to get farther and farther apart. And I will say that, like, my understanding of red pill philosophy and ideology, as I become more adept, not only just hearing it from red pill content creators, but then also really pressure testing the things that I'm learning with someone else who has never heard that information before. And it's been really, truly invaluable and really uncovering and peeling back the onion of the true issues that are occurring and that are underlying. You know, as I've said this before, if you're only subjecting yourself to Fox News, you are uninformed about what's going on. If you only subject yourself to CNN, you are uninformed about what's going on. You need to look at both news stations, and then you need to look at everything in between in order to get a broader sense of perspective about what is going on in the world and reduce the risk of being fed information that is not beneficial for you or is not the truth, right? I really think that if you're choosing the people who's in your general vicinity just because of the gender that they have, that's probably not the most whole way to live. I'm an avid supporter of balance throughout my life, right? And in thinking about the bigger picture, which what he's talking about, I think towards balance. If you consume too much water, you'll get water poisoning. If you don't consume enough, you get dehydrated. Both of those can lead to death or demise. So oftentimes I try to balance within my walk of life. But I'll say this, if your sole intention on being friends with a woman is to orbit around her so at the opportune time that you can pounce in and secure the viscosity that you want, that should never be shown. What should be shown is the attitude that Hotdamnirock is showing. If she asks you a question, answer it. And not do it with nefarious intentions. Answer it to the best of your ability. And in fact, I think that there's a benefit in being able to do that, because you're not putting her on a pedestal. You're just answering as if it was your homeboy answering, right? Thus not validating her, which she might be looking for, because she knows asking you might make you look a little bit jealous. I think that it's very important as we consider who we are as human beings, who we are as people in the culmination in the pursuit of happiness, and however it is that you define it for yourself. There's a lot of people that kind of only look at the game of life as what is my next move. You have to be a calculated mover. You have to be strategic about each and every component of your life, who you let in, because the energy to the left and to the right of you is often going to dictate who it is that you're going to be and what it is that you're going to amount to. If you're not strategic with the energy around you, that energy will pull you down or suck all your energy out, dealing with all of the BS to the left and to the right. Not only that, but if you consider the steps that you're taking in your life to form who it is that you are and understanding your why, your meaning, your purpose, and everything in between, you have to be strategic and thinking about the bigger picture. There's a lot of you guys out there that really just think about what's going to be happening next week, and you cannot be doing that. You cannot. You really need to really, truly, and understand what is your potential in your 5 to 10 year roadmap of yourself. So really take a deep down look in how you are spending your time in generating and understanding who you are and your roadmap and on your path to success. Because in doing that, you'll understand the gaps. And once you understand the gaps and you go out on a path to rectify the gaps, that's when you really become a problem. All right? That's been my video. That's been my reaction. Mediocre tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. Guys, I'm going to be honest. I get so many requests now that's coming into my Gmail. It's really, really hard to keep up The best way to get a hold of me for reaction requests is to sign up for the Patreon, patreon.com/MTNR. Link is down in the description box down below. As always, wholeheartedly appreciate each and every one of y'all for the support, because without the support, I wouldn't be here. All right? Until next time, YouTube.